Today we are going to discuss about how to take a backup and restore the backup in a new database under SQL Server Microsoft. Okay, and after restoring a new data, after creating a new database, then we are going to do a simple schema comparison using a Visual Studio. And finally we'll discuss about the benefits. The when I say the backup and restore, I'm going to use the SQL Server Management Studio is the tool. Okay, let me quickly jump into creating. This is the existing database I have called learning. That is a database I'm going to use it. So I already there in SQL Server Management Studio. I'm going to connect the database. So if I expand the database, you can see learning. We are going to create a new underscore learning as a new database. Okay, the first command is I'm taking a backup. So this is the command backup. This is a full database backup. I'm taking it. The backup has been successfully completed. Now the next thing is we have to ensure before restoring the database what is the master data file and log data file correct, using this second command. Get the logical file names. Okay, so if you see, this is the master data file, MDF file, and second one is log file. This is the logical name of it, learning and learning underscore log. And you can, if you scroll it all the way in the right hand side, you will see in the physical name. So see, these two physical name we need to capture for part of our restoration. Okay, this is the third command. If you see here, restore, we need to give the whatever the backup we have taken, right? We have to point the backup name from the disk wherever we stored, and we have to copy the physical name from the second command to the new database. This is the new database I have given. Okay, this is the MDF file. You need to change the MDF file name, okay, from whatever you got it from the old database. So I added new underscore learning instead of learning, and I changed new underscore learning log. Okay, now I am going to execute this command. Now the new database has been successfully restored. If you refresh this database here, we can see the learning. New learning got created. The new database has been successfully created. So we successfully achieved backup and restoration of a new database we achieved. Now the next thing is we'll quickly compare whatever between the old database and new database. There is no change. Like, let us try to confirm the same. So how I'm going to do, I'm getting into Visual Studio. Under Visual Studio, if you go to navigate to tools, under SQL Server, you can see new schema comparison. Under new schema comparison, if you select the source database as the old database, okay, here let me give my host name, and this is the SQL Server authentication I'm using it, and rest all the properties keep it as is. So I have to change it to false. Connect. So the database successfully connected. Sorry, I need to select it, say OK. Now target, let us try to select the new database whatever we created, correct? Let us try to remove this from the history. So if I try to okay, and from the drop down you can select the new database whatever we created and keep the properties as is. Click OK. Now if you see this compare button is enabled, if you click the compare button, you will find a comparison results. Okay, if there is any object difference, it will show the object differences between the source and target, but if there is no difference, it will say no difference found, like that. We can see that in a few minutes. Yeah, so we got the results now. Now if you see, as I said, like the comparison is complete. Okay, one object difference is there. Okay, so we found one object difference. Okay, so now if you want to apply this object, okay, what you need to do is just try to see this is the object. If you click the plus symbol, it will show the object, and if you want to update between learning and new learning, you can simply update it, and it will prompt you for whatever the differences you want to update with the source to target, that is old database to new database. Click yes. So the one and only data object difference, this dummy, it will be compared and it will be applied into the target. So you can see down below the tools, data tool operations, the compare update operation is going on. So it has been successfully added into the target. Okay, it's completed. So that's the confirmation. You can close this and try to recompare it with the same thing. Select source, database, learning is the old database. Click OK and select target. What is the target here? New underscore learning. Connect. So no worries, just go there and type the property password, connect it. Okay, now compare it again. So now there is no differences. Okay, so I've created one dummy table in between, like that's why the dummy table differences was showing between old and new database. Now there is no difference since that object is synced up with the new database as well. Okay, just quickly to compare again, if you go back here and expand the database, like you will see the dummy object which was missing before got created now successfully. So this is the quick idea how to do a backup and restore. This is a full database backup and restore and create a new database, and how to do a quick compare between the schema. So basic idea, because comparing, establishing what are the new objects and compare the database and transfer the objects. Okay, what is the tools I used it for backup purpose? I use SQL Server Management Studio, which you saw, and Schema Comparison I use Visual Studio. The benefits between, like for taking a backup and restore, to ensure there is no downtime for the business and prioritize availability. And other than that, for comparing the schema for any development activities you do, monitoring and modification any schema objects, that's the main idea. Tracking, I would say, and collaborate across different settings to maintain uniformity. I hope this video is really helpful. Please watch my channel and subscribe. If you have any questions, please reach me out. Thank you.